This is Two Wheel Rebellion. I'm Matt, and today I'm on the Yamaha. The question is, what's the fuel going to do? Because I've only just retaxed the bike for the summer, so the fuel's been in there for 6 months, something like that. It's got full tank, so hopefully there won't be any trouble when we start it up. Let's see. Nice. So what I'm going to try and do is use that fuel up and get some fresh stuff in there. So I'll get back to you when I'm out on the road. Okay, I hope the wind noise isn't too bad. Oh man, right. So as you know, if you've watched a few videos on my channel, I normally ride around on my Enfield. But I've had this bike about a year now. Rode it a bit last year, but I've literally only done 680 odd miles. And yeah, it's had its first service, so it's kind of worn in. It's got the acro on. And where I've been riding the Enfield and getting on this feels so small. It's really weird. It feels so small, so light, totally different beast compared to the Enfield. Yeah, really weird. I just wanted to go up the road. Well, I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to go up the road and try and get a few pictures. I've got a crappy little tripod, so I have ordered another one just to get some pictures, because I don't really think I've got any pictures of me on this bike. So the weird thing as well about this, now I know there's a lot more power in this bike than the Enfield, but the Enfield has like a slipper clutch, and it's just so smooth at pulling away. And this bike, you know, like at slow speeds, it can be kind of jerky. I'm hoping like after a little bit of you know, riding around and breaking it in a bit more, it'll be fine. But here comes the funny thing. Once I've taken a few pictures, I am going to go to Tinkler's. Hopefully my mate Rob is in there. He works there, he's a salesman, and we'll go and see Rob, because I do want to go and have a look at the auto version of this bike. I did have the chance to test ride it a little while back. I couldn't get the time off work. Maybe doing a group ride out, and yeah, that would have been quite nice to get on. Now, I don't know whether I'll be able to have a go on one, but I do quite like the idea, because as you get older you become more lazy, and yeah, that's me. Like you know, I know these bikes are mostly aimed at a younger, new rider, but I really do quite like these bikes. But this one is like your basic, no traction control, you know, no fancy stuff. Whereas the new one, it's got all that. It's got a, I don't know, 2 or 3 riding modes, and it's also got oh no, I can't remember what it is. Cruise control. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little go, but I do want to go and see what one looks like in the flesh. And I know I haven't had this one long. In a way, I kind of wish I'd waited, because I knew they were going to bring another a modern version out. But I did get a really good deal on this bike, because it had been kind of pre-registered. So I did save quite a bit of money on it, and you know, I got a few little extras put on, so it was worth it at the time. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go and check out the new one, because I do really like the grey one with the blue wheels. I really do like that. But because this is still on a deal, I don't know how much money I could potentially kind of be throwing away. So, but it's a day out, you know, you get to ride your bike around, and then later on I'm meeting up with some people and we're riding off to Whitwell. So yeah, I'm just going to go up the road. Here's a little village I can just turn off. Nice little place just to get a few pictures. But yeah, it's lovely, this bike. It's got some power compared to the other one. I'm not even in top gear. Okay, just up here. Listen to that exhaust. Here comes a big wagon. If we're gonna move around there. That's one thing I don't like about this bike, is the side stand doesn't seem to really have a lot of, it just seems loose. Not loose in like it's not bolted on properly, but like the spring, it doesn't really like rigidly open, and it feels like if it just gently moved forward it would just come off the stand easy. That stand doesn't kind of lock in like you feel you want it to. Anyway, listen to this. Okay, so there it is, still immaculate. Anyway, I'll try and get a few pictures and then head off to Tinkler's. I'll catch you again when we're back on the road. Okay, some country lanes, let's fucking go. This van wants all the road. roads. And yeah, they're obviously going to put that all over the place when they do the whole road, and then it's a nightmare if you're on two wheels. It's nicest to come this way to go to the city rather than just go down the A47, which is a bit of a shit road, to be honest. Go fast on this bike. had a look, but I thought, I'm going to get out of there before I spend money. You know, I haven't had this bike long. I think it'd be daft just to go and get another one. Nice looking bike though. I could have took one out, but then he had a customer, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to hang around. I had to book in my, there's a recall on the clutch on this bike, so I just booked that in. well, I didn't book it in, I put the claim in, and then they contact me when they can do it, once it goes through, so we'll wait for that. So now I'm going to go to a little roadside place. What's the time? I'm going to go to a roadside cafe, hopefully she's still there, called Caren's Caren, and she does some monster breakfast baguettes and stuff like that. So we're going to go and have a look there, but we have to get onto the A47, so we've got to really sort of come this way. Really, there's not another way I can get there, so we'll do that. And yeah, I've never stopped there before, but I've seen some pictures of some seriously monster size baguettes, and you know, I'm trying to use a load of fuel up so I can get this old fuel out of it and put some fresh stuff in, so probably won't get that done until later on today. I'm going to meet up with some friends at 3:15 back in the town where I live, and we're going on a little ride to Whitwell. We're just all going to go together. I haven't been for about a month, I suppose, something like that maybe. And I think with a day like today it's looking glorious. They're saying it could well be 30 degrees. I've got my mesh jacket on, and it's nice and cool while you're moving along. It's not too bad while you're stood still. So yeah, it should be pretty packed out tonight. Seems to be a lot of people about for a Friday afternoon. Quite surprised people aren't at work. Missed riding this bike, you know. I thought I was so sort of, you know, loving the Royal Enfield, thinking, oh, I'm never going to ride the bloody Yamaha again, you know. I really like this bike, but now I've got it all taxed up and that. It's such a good bike to ride about on. I don't know why we're doing 30, I'm sure it's 40 along here. first lay-by, which is probably just up here. I can never remember how far down we've got to go. Yeah, this is the one. So here we are, Caren's cabin. I'm not going for no monster breakfast. Sausage and egg or something like that will do me. So let's go and see what we've got. I don't know if you can hear, because we're right on the A47, and you go past the Longwater turn heading towards Yarmouth, and it's the first lay-by after that, so you want to check it out. It's pretty good. I'll have a mug of tea as well, please. In a mug, please. Apple and pork burger, very nice. Got a little bit of a pallet seating area. Okay, well, that was Caren's cabin, and yeah, like I said, we're on the A47 heading towards Yarmouth, You go past the Longwater turn off, Norwich turn off, and it is the first lay-by. And I had a pork and apple burger with barbecue sauce and a mug of tea, and that was £6.50p. I didn't get any onions, so I'm not sure if there were onions, I didn't ask, but it was still good. And now I don't know where I'm going, I'm just riding around to use up some fuel. I'll probably come back to you later on when I'm going to head to Whitwell with a few people from the motorbikers page. Okay, so I'll see you later.